there. In my last video, I talked about how the IUI failed and how we worked through that process in our conversation with the doctor. Here, I'll tell you more about what we did next in the next few months on about the acupuncture quest. So the doctor, my OBGYN, the fertility specialist, said, he allowed me to try acupuncture. And there I was, I knew a very good acupuncturist in the country, but he just moved to the north part of the country, which is far away, like 5 hours from where I was. So I'm like, where can I find an acupuncturist that also is a fertility specialist on that area? So talking with my best friend, I told her, I'm looking for an acupuncture specialist. I just told her, I didn't even ask if she knew anybody. I told her, I just told her what we were going through. And she said, oh, you know what? I just sold one of the office units in this new building to an acupuncturist, and I think he treats fertility or infertility. Why don't you give him a call? So that's what I did. I immediately that morning I gave him a call. I think I sent him a text message, and then we talked, and I said, I would really like to visit with you. Have you treated any infertility before with acupuncture? And he actually did. He had some success stories about that, about the fertility process, and also people that have gotten pregnant because of this acupuncture help. So I'm like, might as well just try it. If it doesn't help my fertility, at least it will help my being as to be more relaxed. So I visited with him. I had an appointment with him, and I talked to him about what we went through. He actually is a physician. He's a doctor, and he studied acupuncture, and he sort of specialized on fertility. So I talked to him, and I told him all about it, and it was really cool because he had been there before. Him and his wife had been there before, right where we were, fertility treatments, bad diagnosis. I mean, their case, it was worse. And they managed to have one child, but they knew the pain and that frustration and the sadness and the emptiness and the hole on your stomach when you see other people having children and you can't have children on your own. And that made me feel more comfortable because he knew what I was talking about. So he told me about the acupuncture treatment for fertility. I had to go once a week, and it was very strict. I actually had to stop eating any dairy. I couldn't have any cold drinks, only warm drinks, no ice cream, no smoothies, nothing with ice, no cold stuff to drink, and stop the dairy, and start the treatment going once a week. So I did. I was very well behaved. I did exactly what he told me. I stopped having, I don't drink milk as much, but I love cheese. So I stopped cheese. I stopped even the yogurt, maybe I could have some kefir that doesn't have any dairy. But yeah, I did everything he said. And he said, this treatment lasts 3 months. So I would need 3 months before you start your next IUI. And I only had 2 months from the time the doctor said, it didn't work from April 1st, it didn't work, to our next IUI. So I'm like, we'll see how it goes, we'll play it by ear. So we did 2 months into the treatment. It was great. I mean, I felt more energetic. I was sleeping better. I was actually not even going to the bathroom or to pee in the middle of the night, which I started doing before. And I had a pain in my thumb here, and it went away. My mood was better. My husband told me that my mood was better. So that was true, and I felt more calm, more positive. It was at least working for what I wanted to work. I was also having these it was like a dietary supplement that will nourish my reproductive system, and we would bring those from China, and it was like Chinese medicine, that's how you call it, like Chinese supplements, and he would bring it, and I would drink those like a couple of like twice a day. So 2 months into it, I was like, shall we start the IUI process again now? I mean, he told me that 1 more month, and I was doing very, very well. And right then my husband and I, we had the opportunity to go to Seattle on a trip on vacation. And I told my husband, you know what? I'm really anxious about starting IUI again, the whole process again, but I don't want to start taking all these medicines and all these shots and all this Clomid and everything on our trip, like, because that was the time that I had to start. I want to enjoy our trip. I don't want to be worrying about that. Shall we wait 1 more month? And he said, sure. So I talked to my doctor and I told him, can we wait 1 more month? Is it something gonna run off, or is it gonna be bad? You told me I was gonna do whatever the doctor said. And he said, no, go ahead, go have your trip, keep it up with the acupuncture if that's working for you, and when you come back, when you have your period again, we'll start the process. And so that's what we did. We went on a trip to Seattle, which was amazing. I loved it all the way, and I finished my 3-month period with this doctor, with the acupuncture. And that's about it for now. In my next video, I'll tell you more on how the next month after the 3-month period of the acupuncture developed, and how we were going to start our second IUI treatment. Thanks for watching.